Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from wherever you're watching this video from. Welcome back to Two Wheels Paradise. My name is Meshach Samson Minor. As usual, we discuss motorcycles in this channel. Traveling on motorcycle, how to maintain motorcycles, safety on motorcycles, everything to do with motorcycles is what we deal with here. Have you subscribed to the channel so far? Come on, take a second and hit that button down there. You see the subscribe button below this video, and also don't forget to turn on the bell icon for notifications so that every time we upload a video you get a personalized notification that something nice has just landed on your most favorite motorcycle YouTube channel from Kenya. Let's get down to business. What do we have here? Something that has been ringing in my mind for a while now, something that we need to discuss. And this is about the misconceptions and myths about motorcycles that are not founded on any basis of truth. Myths and motorcycle misconceptions that have no truth in them. But people out there keep discussing them. You go to a community of people who don't know bikes, they have something about bikes to say. They have never ridden a bike, they have something they think they know about motorcycles. In the biking community, some of us have ideas and stuff that we think we know, but they are not true. Sometimes we have to sit and discuss the truth, demystifying motorcycles, the myths and misconceptions. Number one, it is cheaper to buy and maintain a motorcycle compared to a motor vehicle. This is wrong. And not only wrong, very, very wrong. Because if you do your calculations on how much money you require to buy something like a brand new 400cc Japanese motorcycle. Let's talk about Ninja 400, yeah? Or maybe let's talk about 500cc. CBR 500, yeah? Let's talk about something like Suzuki V-Strom 650. Let's talk about something just very basic like KTM Duke 390, KTM Duke 250. Huh? Just look at the amount of money you required for you to own that bike brand new. Not even brand new, even a slightly used one. Like for now, KTM 390 Adventure is retailing at around 700,000 used, because a brand new one is 1 million plus. Let's talk about used. Compare a used bike and a used vehicle. 390cc Duke Adventure is costing around 700,000 to 750 used. That is just buying it. Let's go to the garage. How much oil does this bike use? Which type of oil? And how much is that oil per liter? Okay? The oil filter. How much is that filter? A genuine one. Most vehicles use basic oil filters that cost 250 shillings all the way to around 600. That's the cost you incur. For motorcycles, a genuine one, something different. Could be double or 3 times the price. The oil. A motorcycle that uses 2.5 liter oil and you're using something like Motul that is costing you from 800 going all the way to around 1,000. How much is 1 liter of oil that someone will use in a basic family van? Noah, Taunes, Fielder, Toyota Wish. How much? You see? With that 750,000, that is a very clean Toyota Fielder. And we are talking about a 390cc motorcycle. So it is not true. Some motorcycles are more than 5 times more expensive than vehicles. So that one is not true. In that statement, you can add some motorcycles are cheaper to maintain than some vehicles. Some versus some, because it is a small group versus a small group. If you talk about something like BMW R1250 RT, the presidential escort, that motorcycle could cost you something above 5 million. Yes. So this one is now going into the league of Range Rovers. Someone who is using a 2010, 2012 Range Rover Sport, you are head to head with them. Head to head. So it is not true. Number two, motorcycles are more dangerous than vehicles. Motorcycles are more dangerous than vehicles. This is not true. Trust me, it is not true. Everything in this life is dangerous, including eating, drinking water, and sleeping. They are all dangerous. They are all dangerous. If you sleep wrongly, you suffocate yourself with a pillow, it will kill you. It will kill you. If you take a gallon of water and put it in your mouth at once and try to swallow it, it will choke you to death. It will drown you. If you take a whole plate of food and put it in your mouth at once and try to swallow it, it will choke you to death. Airplanes have been killing people for hundreds of years. Private jets, they have been killing people. Cruise ships have been sinking all over the world. Buildings have been collapsing all over the world. There is nothing that is 100% safe in this world. It only depends on how you use it, at the environment where you are using it. That is why there is training in handling everything. That's why there is skills and experience in handling everything. The safety on motorcycle is dependent on how much skilled the rider is. Forget about the environment. How much skilled and sober the rider is. So it is not true. Even vehicles are more dangerous. They have been killing people for hundreds of years. They are not safe. Just forget about vehicles, let us all ride motorcycles. They are even safer. Bikes consume less fuel than cars. The third myth is about fuel consumption. Some people believe that motorcycles consume less than vehicles. Not true. Absolutely not true. Not true. Because we have motorcycles that consume more fuel than vehicles. Let's talk about Suzuki Hayabusa 1300. Let's talk Honda Blackbird 1100. Let's talk about ZX14 Kawasaki Ninja. Let's talk about Yamaha Tenere 750, the old model. Let's talk about Honda Africa Twin 750. Let's talk about BMW S1000. Talk about Yamaha MT09. Some of these bikes will give you somewhere around 10 to 12, 13 kilometers per liter. Some people on a vehicle are getting 17. So you are already ahead of them. In terms of fuel consumption, you are already ahead of them. That is where we add the word some. Some motorcycles will consume less than some vehicles. Some motorcycles will consume more than some vehicles. It's not all of them. It's not a general statement that covers everything. It's not true. The other one is riding motorcycle is same as riding a bicycle. They have two wheels, they have a handlebar, they have brakes, they have... Not true. Motorcycles are completely different in their own world. Do not come to motorcycles thinking that you know how to ride your bicycle, you can do a lot of stunts, you can do a lot of shenanigans with a bicycle, and then you think you can come to motorcycles and do the same. It will kill you. Motorcycles are different. They are not the same. The way you balance your bicycle is not the way you balance a motorcycle. It's not true. The other one is loud pipes save lives. This is for the bikers community. Think that the louder the motorcycle, the safer you're going to be on the road because everybody can hear you. It is not true. Some loud noises can actually become a disaster to you. Sometimes, especially on weekends, when you're beating traffic slowly, you realize some drivers are drunk. Someone is offline. They are on autopilot. They are just driving, but they are not here. Some people are so stressed. They are trying to drive home from work. That person is so silent in their vehicle, but they are not even thinking about anything. They are so exhausted mentally, they are not even thinking. And then you come very close to their driver's side with your loud exhausts. They will put you down. They will put you down. The other thing is, you lied somewhere there is livestock. For those of us who travel around the country on motorcycles, we know some roads are very dangerous because of livestock. Then there you come with your loud exhaust, and then you are scaring donkeys and goats that were just grazing by the roadside. They will put you down. They will put you down. It's not always that those loud pipes save lives. Not always. Sometimes they can become a disaster to you. The other one is, when you're riding your motorcycle, avoid front brakes because they are dangerous. This one is a misconception that has been killing a lot of our brothers in the Boda Boda community. Someone buys a brand new motorcycle, maybe a Bajaj Boxer 150, TVS HRX 125, Shinari 175, something. They just bought a brand new motorcycle. The first thing they do the first day is visit the garage, do some bolts check here and there, and then disconnect the front brake. They disconnect it the first day. Why? Because front brake is dangerous. This is not true. If there is one brake you should never miss, is the front brake. For me, I have found myself riding with the front brake alone for hundreds of kilometers. I remember one day I was going to Kisumu, and then around Salga, my rear brake got disconnected somehow. I lost a bolt that was holding the master cylinder to the frame, and then the master cylinder got disconnected because of the pressure. I lost the rear brake. Talking about the rear brake, I lost the rear brake around Salga, and I was going to Kisumu. I had to go to Kisumu, do my errands, sleep there. The following morning around 5 a.m. I left Kisumu. I went to Nyahururu. You know how far Nyahururu and Kisumu are. Went to Nakuru, then Lanet, then up there, all the way to Nyahururu, and then Nyeri. That evening, I slept in Nairobi. Can you guess how many kilometers they are? Without the rear brake, just using the front brake. And I was very safe. Very, very safe. If there is one brake you should learn how to use, is the front brake. You should learn how to use it instead of disconnecting it. You should learn how to use it. It is the safest brake you should have, because when you're braking, all the weight is brought to the front by the momentum. This is physics. It brings all the weight to the front, and that is where you need now to brake. If you look at vehicles, all vehicles have disc brakes to the front. All of them. I have never seen a vehicle that doesn't have disc brakes to the front. But some of them to the rear, they have drum brakes. But to the front, they have disc brakes, because you require more serious brakes to the front than to the rear. Go and investigate that one. Let's move on. Riding slowly saves fuel. Riding slowly saves fuel. It's not true. Riding is a skill. If you want to do 70 kilometers per hour, you can do 70 kilometers per hour on gear 2. If you have a motorcycle that is capable of doing that, you can do it on gear 3, gear 4, 5, 6. You are the one to choose which gear to sit on. If you sit on gear number 5 and speed 70 kph, your RPMs are going to be near idling. So that one is riding almost free. No consumption, just idling. But if you sit on gear 2 and do the same speed, 70 kph, your bike will be drinking more than some people who drink alcohol. So it's a skill. Riding slowly doesn't save fuel. Riding properly saves fuel. Let's move on. Drivers don't care about motorcycles. They don't care. Just out there to kill you. Not true. Not true. Not true. Because we have drivers who are bikers. We have drivers who know how to ride motorcycles, but they don't. We have drivers who admire motorcycles. We have drivers who are out there just to make sure you are safe. But you don't even know. They are doing a lot to make sure you're safe. Personally, when I'm driving, I always try as much as possible to shield anybody on a motorcycle if I see anybody misbehaving on a vehicle. If there is a motorcycle around me, I'm going to shield that person, even if it means getting my vehicle hit. I'll shield you. And this is because I have found myself in that situation. Someone sacrificing their vehicle to save me. I remember there is one day I was getting harassed by one of the buses going to Kapsabet. I think it was Climax coaches. Yes, Climax coaches. Those guys on Mercedes. That guy was harassing me around Mount Summit, trying so hard to push me off the road, trying so hard. Then someone in a black Land Cruiser TX Prado, I remember it was KCP, black TX Prado. That guy sacrificed his Prado to save me. He got in between me and the bus. He got in between me and the bus and signaled me to continue moving. Just keep on. Don't run away, just keep on. Let's see how much this guy can do. He saved me. It was a dangerous situation. Someone is trying to push you to the trenches at 100 kilometers per hour. Then that Prado guy decided this is enough. I have found it a couple of times. From Mau Summit to Eldoret, that guy kept guard. He guarded me all the way to Eldoret. I don't even know him. But the moment when he stopped and parked somewhere, I had to stop and tell him thank you. Courtesy. I had to tell him thank you. Thank you so much for what you did, sir. I don't know you, but what you did is heavenly. So there are drivers out here who are there to save you. Not every driver you see around is an enemy. So don't go provoking them, thinking that these are my enemies. Drivers are not enemies. Some of them are out there to watch over you. The other one is fat tires, wide tires, increase performance. I have seen this especially in the generation of bikers who are riding small sport bikes from China, Chinese sport bikes. Call it Dayun, call it Zontes, call it Jingsheng, Zhongsheng. What else? Talo. Huh? Do you have another one? I think, yeah. People believing that the size of tires that came with the bike are long sizes. You want performance, you get loud pipe and fat tires. You make the bike look big. That is wrong. What you are doing is just to create unnecessary load for the engine. You are just making your bike slow, uncomfortable and safe, because the balancing factor that manufacturer had tested, digitally tested with machines, you have just interfered with it. When you change your tires, you are changing your sprockets, you are changing a lot of things, you are just interfering with the bike. So that bike is no longer stock condition. So safety is no longer stock, performance is no longer stock, cornering is no longer stock, everything is no longer as the manufacturer had set it. So when you do it, just don't expect performance. Sometimes you could just be making your bike horrible. If it came with 130 7017, try and maintain 130 7017. The manufacturer knew exactly what they were doing. So stop messing around. The other one is bikes are faster than cars. Now this one is in the generation of people who ride super bikes. Some people believe that bikes are faster than vehicles. This is where we add the same word we said in the beginning. Some bikes are faster than some vehicles. Some vehicles are slower than some bikes. Yes. Because if you find someone with a high performance motor vehicle, doesn't matter which bike you have, they will challenge you. And some vehicles are not just high-end, very basic vehicles that people are just driving here. You know, there is a Toyota Crown with 3500cc V6. There is a Toyota Crown called Majesta with 4000cc V8, I believe. 4000, 4200, somewhere around there, V8. They are just here with people. Nissan Skyline, they are just here with people. You will try those 600, 750 super bikes. You're not getting anywhere because this person has a capacity to go to 300 kilometers per hour. We have people with Golf GTR. We have people with Mercedes V8. We have people who drive BMW 760 Li, the 6000 V12. You're not going anywhere. With that ZX14 of yours, with that BMW S1000, you're not going anywhere. This person has a 6000cc V12 petrol engine, bi-turbo, twin turbo. You're not going anywhere. So don't go provoking people thinking that, just hit that side mirror, crack it, and then I'm going to run away. This person is going to chase you all the way to your grave, thinking that you are faster. You're not going anywhere. You are not going anywhere. We have vehicles that have capacity to get to 100 kilometers per hour in 3 seconds. 3 seconds. You just go provoking everybody thinking that motorcycles are faster. You're not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere. If you see someone from behind trying to overtake you and they have enough power to overtake you, just let them go. Because what you're doing is just putting yourself at unnecessary risk. Finally, number 11. Sport bikes are faster than all types of bikes. Sport bikes are faster than every other type of motorcycle. You know, we have different classes of bikes. We have super sports. We have sport touring. We have adventure sports. We have duo sports. We have dirt bikes. We have cruisers, scramblers. We have car racers. We have commuter, naked street. We have so many categories of motorcycles, like 10, 11 there. Some people believe that sport bikes with fairings and bent handlebars are the fastest in all. That is not true. That's not true. We have adventure bikes that are faster than some sport bikes. That's true. Come with that CBR 600. Try to challenge someone with KTM Duke 1290R. You're not going anywhere. BMW F800 GS. Let's talk about someone with which? Maybe Jigsaw 750? Kawasaki Ninja ZX6? That person is going to challenge you. At some point you might get enough top speed and leave them. But trust me, between 0 to 180 kilometers per hour, that person is going to challenge you. Completely put you down. Completely put you down. Have you ever seen GS 1200 in the long hards? That bike is faster. Very, very fast. Very, very, very fast. We have other bikes that are faster or equally fast with most super bikes. Something else you need to understand is that manufacturers have made same engine work in different designs of motorcycles. different designs of motorcycles. Like for Kawasaki Ninja 300, we have the same engine working in Kawasaki Versys 300X. Same engine. We have Yamaha MT-09 and we have Yamaha MT-09 Tracer. Touring, naked, maybe another sport. BMW S1000 have a couple of bikes with the same engine. GS 1200, that same boxer engine is in so many other different versions of BMW bikes. And those bikes could be faster than the GS depending on the weight distribution, the size of the bike, the design. So do not sit and think superbikes are the fastest. Someone will challenge you. I remember in Kenya there was a race, is it like 2 years ago, where one of the racers was racing an adventure bike, Tenere 700. And he won in the 600 category. He won against superbikes. CBR 600, ZX6, Gixxer 600. He won against those superbikes with an adventure bike. So do not sit and think that the other bikes are slow. They are not slow. They are not. Have I left something? Maybe I forgot something. Talk to me in the comments, man. Talk to me. And thank you so much for the people who are taking their time to watch my videos and give their feedback. I'm looking at the YouTube analytics and I'm overwhelmed. The comments are so many. I never even expected that one to pick so fast. So thank you so much for the people who have taken their time to engage me, because some of this information I'm giving today is coming from you people. I appreciate. Thank you so much and stay safe. See you around, and remember the magic buttons. Subscribe, notifications. See you next time.